Hello, and welcome back to another episode of SkyrimPlus. Today I'm featuring Marnya by Tamara. Let's check out the map. Here we are at Marnya. The icon's labeled Hobbit Home. We're near Lake Ilinalta. We have Falkreath to our south, and other locations nearby are Ilinalta's Deep, the Lady's Stone, Half Moon Mill, and here we are again at our featured home, Marnya. For our world space view, you can see Ilinalta's Deep and the island that houses the Lady's Stone. As we turn, behind that big rock is Half Moon Mill. And then as we continue to turn, we see our featured home, Marnya. And doesn't it look awesome with that hobbit door and those beautiful windows? Look at the landscaping. Pay no mind to the blood. I killed a zombie there earlier. Out in front of the house you have a bench, you have some wind chimes, and a mailbox with a special note to a mod author friend of hers that provided the assets for the mod. To the side of the home you have a clothesline to dry your clothes. And then over here by this hollowed out tree, you have a wood chopping block and woodcutter's axe for your firewood needs. I'm going to take us all the way around the house for thoroughness' sake. If you like this grass mod, it's Freak's Floral Fields. I love it. There's the road that leads to Half Moon Mill. And there's another one of those beautiful windows in the back of the home. Now we'll make our way around to the other side. If you remember the big spot of blood in front of the home that I mentioned earlier, that's because we're near the zombie spawn point, so that's something to keep in mind. And now we're making our way back to the front. Check out these flowers, these beautiful butterflies, there's a birdhouse, and then here's an awesome view of the lake. This is why you get this home, the views. This home is free and you don't have to find a key, so without further ado, let's head inside. And here we are, inside of the home, and I can hear some of you already. This isn't lore friendly, it's too bright. And if you think that way, that's fine. But I really like the curved doorways, the artwork, and some of the other unique features that we'll see along the way. Now that we've gotten that part out of the way, we'll start at the front, where you have a really cool hobbit door and round stained glass windows that are really colorful. And next to that is a custom chest, which is a nice change of pace from what we've grown used to. When we enter the first room, we find a kitchen and dining area. It looks like you have some pork on a rotisserie. Tasty. Now we'll turn back towards the front and work our way around. It looks like you've got some drink storage on your right. There's another painting of food and some donuts. I know, not lore friendly, but still cool to see. As we pass our fire and rotisserie, we start to see our dining room table. It looks like we're getting a lot of natural light in through that window. And I like that cutout cabinet in the wall. You don't see those every day. Okay, now that we've seen all that that room has to offer, let's head into our next room. And as we head inside, we find a game table to entertain our guests and a cozy fireplace with a home sweet home sign above. In the corner, you have a basket of flowers and a guitar in case you want to do some entertaining. There's another one of those beautiful stained glass windows, and below it is a fish tank. Those fish are from the mod. You don't place your own fish from the AE edition in it. There's a globe in the corner, a couple of chairs near your fireplace, and then you have a table in the corner with some light reading and some roses. Here's another painting of food. That seems to be a recurring theme around the home. And speaking of food, here's a table with some bread, cheese, and wine. Now we'll go back into the hallway so we can head towards the next room. There's that cool mushroom-themed painting again. And then here's another kitchen. I did mention that food would be a recurring theme. That pie looks really tasty. And then as we turn, we've got another one of those cutout windows in the corner. You've got a broom to keep things tidy. I like this cupboard with glass doors that can open up. Here's your sink. You've got another one of those beautiful windows. There's your cooking pot on top of this oven over here. And look, you can even see some eggs in that frying pan. Very cool. Here's a grinder, some salt and some sugar, an ironing board, and then you have a little laundry area over here in the corner, and another cutout. And now we'll head back out to the hallway. Look at those pretty flowers in the vase. You've got another custom piece of furniture, and on it you have an old-timey photo that looks like it might be your grandmother or something. One of the Dwemer must have loaned you their camera before they left. Here's the doorway to your bedroom, and then you also have some tools in this corner. I guess just in case you need to do some home repairs. Okay, now let's go ahead and enter the bedroom and see what that has to offer. The bedroom has 2 beds, one for you and one for a potential follower. I like these dream catchers that are above the bed, those look pretty cool. And then over here in the corner, this giant gold ring is your arcane enchanter. You also have name storage for scrolls, armor, and soul gems. There's one of the beds, and you can actually take those pillows if you want. This custom chest is for your private storage, and this tree can be activated, and it gives you a blessing of Kynnareth, which adds 25 to your stamina rating. Here's a desk right by one of those beautiful windows, and it has a pipe that you can take with you as well. And this is just for looks, but you have a spot to make some tea to wind down for the night, and a rocking chair by your other bed. The last feature is in the corner. It's a mortar and pestle, which acts as your alchemy lab. And you have a few loose potions and books to read too. Okay, now that we've seen all of the rooms of this home, it's time for final thoughts. Marnya is a quaint, well-landscaped hobbit home on Lake Ilinalta. For practicality, it offers sleeping arrangements for 2, a custom alchemy lab, a custom arcane enchanter, a plant that gives a stamina blessing, a woodchopping block and woodcutter's axe, and a cooking pot. But the home also has design features to make it stand out, like these eye-catching windows, the round doorways, the cutout cabinets, the custom furniture, the artwork, dream catchers, a fish tank, the beautiful lakeside views, and even a photo of your grandmother. Tamara really pulled out all the stops for this one. This concludes my feature of Marnya. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.